Cousin Dougal, Cousin Dougal, something is trying to pull itself together in my mixed up, beautiful, highly merchandisable mind. All those things, all those people, it just can't put my finger on it. Doctor Mee, look, we've been sent a message there. And who has been moving us about mysteriously through space and time to see these amazing people, to hear these stories? Well, it has been a timey-wimey mess, but look, there is a message right here. And why? Doesn't it make any sense? We were looking for Isaac, but that wasn't him, and then I thought about someone from Bethlehem, but I can't remember who that was. Oh, I need some kind of message. Well, it's funny you should mention it, Doctor Mee, but there is a message right here. And why? Well, Blondie, Dr. Ginger, did you just hit me? Uh-oh. They're not paying me enough money on this super low budget show to even get touched by you, let alone like, oh look, there's a message for me. That's what I've been trying to tell you. A message. Could this be what I've been looking for? Let's see what it says.
Doctor Mee, you're looking for Jesus.
Of course, Jesus. It all makes sense now. Yes, it does. It does. Well, of course it does. Look, watch this. So here's how it all ties together. What? Eve told us how God had told her and Adam that one day the snake, who's like all evil and sin everywhere, would bite Adam's heel, but he would crush its head. Noah said that God spoke to him and gave him a way through wood to save the whole entire world if they believed and came to him. Jacob told us that God had spoken to him too in a dream, and he'd see a stairway from earth to heaven, actual heaven, and there'll be angels going up and down on it. Zipporah, she told us how God had appeared to Moses in a burning bush and told him that he needed to go to the Israelites and lead them out of slavery to freedom. Joseph, he said how he'd been the favorite son, like me, and his brothers had betrayed him, dumped him in a well, and sold him as a slave. And then from there, he'd been falsely accused and sent to prison, and finally ended up as the second in command of all of Egypt. Ruth told us how she'd had to leave Bethlehem to survive, and because of her faithfulness, she found a way back in to God's people. David, who also is connected to Bethlehem, said how as a boy, and with one small stone and God's power, he had brought down Israel's biggest ever enemy, Goliath. She cut off his head and fed his body to the birds. Gross but cool. Isaac told us how, as his dad's only miracle child, like me again, he'd been willing to sacrifice himself, but there was a ram who took his place. And Jonah told us how he'd been thrown into the sea, and a storm had suddenly calmed, and then he'd been swallowed by a fish, where he was basically dead for 3 days and 3 nights. Right then, yes. So that's all supposed to point to one particular person, right? Can you not see it? No, not really. You can't think of anyone who defeated all of evil to save the world, and was a way to get to God, and brings freedom, and was betrayed and wrongly accused and killed, and was born in Bethlehem, and willing to sacrifice himself for others, and was a miracle child, and finally said he'd be in the belly of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights, but burst back to life? Is it you? What? No, it's not me! It's Jesus! He fits all of those things, and a whole load of other things as well. You know, before Jesus was even born, people knew he'd be like a shepherd to the people. He would talk to people in riddles and parables, and he'd be a man, and he'd live in the north, and his mom would not be married, and wait. I feel like we're getting pulled into a timey-wimey vortex one final time. Oh, thank goodness for that. I thought you were never going to stop talking there. Talk about self-obsessed. Right. We're going to need nappies and suitcases and probably some... Oh, you're totally not who I was expecting. Wait, haven't you been in this cheap drama for 2 other characters? Who are you this time? Could you not find anyone better? I think Madonna's available. I am Mary, the mother of Jesus. Who are you? Well, we've come to you from a long, long way away. Do you mean like the shepherds who came from their fields? A little bit further away than that. Further than the mysterious Magi, who followed a mysterious star and gave us mysterious gifts? Well, probably even further than that, I want to say. Oh. Further than the angel who came to see us? The angel who came to see Joseph and... Are you from another world?
Oh. I am Doctor Mee, time-traveling temptress and wonder. And we've been brought to you by a mystery
So it's lovely having you here and everything, but I've got to pack.
Well, I've never been so insulted in my life.
Oh, no, you have, Blondie, you have. Remember,
Quiet, Cousin Dougal. Mary, pray, why are you in such a rush? I mean, don't you want an autograph or a selfie? I'm super famous, you know.
We've got to leave. King Herod is looking for my son Jesus and wants to kill him.
Uh-oh.
This does not sound like a safe place to be, Doctor Mee.
You know, I still find this a little rude.
Well, we've had a lot of visitors, and things have been very wonderful. Well, you know, more than I could have expected, but things have also been super difficult, and now it's time for this tiny baby and us to escape as refugees to another country to stop him being killed. So if you don't mind, I need to pack things up.
But I don't understand. We're meant to be here to see the baby Jesus at Christmas. Isn't there, like, peace on earth and snow and a Christmas tree and presents? Where is Santa Claus?
I don't think the birth of Jesus had those things, Doctor Mee. It looks like we're in a stable. I don't know what you were expecting, but we were also not really expecting how hard this was going to be. When I was visited by an angel first, he told me that even though I was not yet married and hadn't even had a decent kiss with Joseph, I was going to have a miracle baby. And as he grew up, people were going to nickname him the God-man or Emmanuel.
Were you, like, going to go on tour with him and Joseph and, like, make loads of money?
No. Actually, Joseph didn't believe me to start with.
Well, to be fair, it doesn't sound that likely.
Well, then God gave Joseph a dream, and the same angel came to him and said it's true. Marry Mary and look after them. So I went to see my cousin Elizabeth. I stayed with her until the baby was born. Well, about to be born.
Okay, all sounds good.
It was good. Elizabeth was also having a baby, so when she gave birth to her little boy John, I got to see how it all worked, and it was lovely top tips and it was great. Sadly, just before our birth, when we were all nice and settled, the Roman emperor decided he wanted to count everyone. So everyone had to go back to the place they were born to register.
That would be Ireland for me. I was totally born like somewhere in America, best place on the planet.
Never heard of them. Joseph went to Bethlehem to travel there for 3 days. We were on a donkey.
No limo. Wasn't this God's son? That sucks.
Yes, it wasn't the best. Then we couldn't find anywhere to stay because all the B&Bs were full. Then a kindly innkeeper let us stay in his animal shelter. Not gonna lie, it doesn't sound kind.
I would totally have demanded a 5-star hotel with a sauna and on-tap chocolate.
Well, the shelter had to do. And this is where Jesus was born.
How did you get like a midwife? And like, was there oxygen and injections? Was it a water birth?
It was just straw and mess.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I need a shower again.
You and me both, sister.
And then, did you get any visitors?
Oh, yes. The first ones were shepherds. We'd also seen angels. And then there was the mysterious Magi from the east who'd seen a change in the stars. It seemed that Jesus' birth was seen by even people in other countries, and he changed the universe.
But you were in a stable? Honey, you should have looked at the small print.
And now we've had another dream. Herod is super jealous and wants to hang on to his power by killing Jesus. So we've got to run. So if you could get out of the way.
Do you want us to help you pack up stuff?
No, really, I just want you to get out of the way. So I need to get on with things, please.
Mary, you brave soul sister of mine. I feel your urgency. I don't want to get in the way or touch anything in this disgusting mess, so we will away to the future. God be with you.
Yes, I think God actually is with us.
Oh, yeah, right. You know Jesus, right, did he come with instructions?
What?
Well, what with him being like totally special and holy child and everything, you'd think that God would give you extra instructions, like some kind of online manual?
Oh, yeah, do you mean like an e-manual? Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Be gone! Whoa! Wow, wasn't expecting that. That was the visit that made the least sense of everything to me.
Me too. Like, she should have negotiated for a much better contract.
I can understand God speaking, but even doing miracles, coming to Earth as a human, I would have expected him to be somewhere really nice, like a castle or a hotel.
And totally to have, like, servants and cars, you know, and at least good Wi-Fi connection.
But to be born into hardship.
I know, right? And to be born poor, ew.
Right, in a country that's invaded by someone else's army.
And then to have to be a refugee.
Exactly, and living in fear instead of peace.
And where even are the deals with major sponsors for his clothing range?
No.
To have to pay for his own clothes instead of relying on the power of product placement. I mean, ugh!
I think it was a very brave thing for God to do.
Why do you think he chose to do it that way, Cousin Dougal?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe we'll never know. Maybe the mystery of that is even greater than the mystery of me.
You think?
Don't get above yourself. You're only a sidekick. Well, goodbye, world. And maybe we'll see you at another time in the future.
Or maybe in the past.
That was my line.
Whoa.
Yeah!
Oh!